Good morning, my friends. This is September 14th, and this is a World Soul Contemplation card for this date, September the 14th. This is both a world soul and a personal soul, where the macro and the microcosm are reflected each in each other. So you can use this card for your own personal healing work today, or just a greater understanding of what the world may be going through today. So this is a card from Soul Cards by Deborah Koff Chapin. They come with no instructions or definitions, purely what is intuitional. So what is this card talking to me about today? So the world soul or the personal soul is working on lifting one's heart. And I think our hearts, are very down and very struggling on many levels, many of us, most of us probably, and we're trying to figure out how to lift ourselves out of the abyss that feels our soul and our world is going through right now. How do we lift our heads to the highest element, to the highest understandings? How do we lift our voices in praise and song, in clear boundaries, in living our life true to our integrity and true to our form? How do we lift our voices with truth? How do we open our hearts to fly? How do we open our hearts to soar and forgive and love and bring messages of grace and messages of goodness and messages of direction to us? How do we keep our bellies safe? How do we keep our bellies open? How do we keep being vulnerable even in the midst of great pain and chaos around us? How do we keep being secure and trusting that we're going to be safe, we're going to be okay, and that if we're not going to be safe and we're not going to be okay, that we learn how to fight for our safety in a way that's positive and healing and truthful and honest, and with the highest regard for all beings concerned, with the highest regard for all humanity being of concern. How do we unite in our creator's path, in our co-creator's path, with a greater understanding that we are all part of this huge dynamic of being, and that we must work toward, each of us, all of us, being, loved by God, loved by each other, and honored as spiritual beings with power to give, with truth to give, with gifts to give, with talents to bring, with love to bring, with essence to bring, and that we are each necessary and needed in this path. So how do we lift our hearts? How do we listen to our messages? How do we fly into our world with wider wings, with higher sight, with more honest reflection? Oh, Mitakuyasan, blessed be.